to the people of Tanzania sound like you? I truly doubt. That's why most of you have an identity crisis, hopping from country to country, wanting to be citizens of those countries, and even wanting to sound like the citizens of those countries. What the hell is this?
In Cape Town, of course, we've got that issue. But there's a reason why Europeans are not going to Tanzania, because it is a gigantic shithole. Everyone wants to be in Cape Town. It makes sense. South Africa works. Even Tanzanians wants to be in Cape Town.
South Africa has an open border rule. Anyone can just get on a plane and go there and rent an apartment, darling.
You did.
For no reason.
That's what you did, Grikamba.
Can I speak? Okay. So, Lenny, this side we are civilized. That's why I don't want to talk over you. I don't come from those places like where you come from.
Like, I'm confused. Like, what did I say that really triggered you guys? Because I did say, yes, a strong focus has to be put on the border. And I...
Nobody is triggered, Lenny. You made a series of statements, and one of those was that this is happening all around the world, and there's a lot of Europeans that are flocking to Cape Town, and I don't know what that has anything to do with anything. That is why I'm asking Maposo to maybe speak on that. Nobody is triggered, and I'm sure.
Can I say something?
Yeah, so...
Wait, you'll get your time. Maposo, go ahead.
Yeah, so all I was saying is that, yeah, it makes sense why even Europeans wants to be in Cape Town. Even Asians wants to be in Cape Town. Everyone wants to be in Cape Town because it's running well. No one wants to go to Tanzania. Lenny doesn't want to be in Tanzania. She's here with a British accent. Perhaps she's recently in Tanzania. We don't know why she's back in Tanzania, but that's the last place.
I have lived all over. I travel all over. Stop making this about something that doesn't matter.
But just allow him to submit. You'll come in after. Just be fair. It seems like you are the one who's triggered now. You were saying people are triggered. Go ahead, Maposo.
Yeah, of course she did live everywhere. Why won't she? The last place she wants to be is Tanzania. Now they sent her back to the hellhole she's from. She's all mad and preaching to everyone that the migration is a global issue. No, darling. Migration is not a global issue. Countries like Japan, North Korea, Egypt, there's many countries that are controlling migration. Well, you are right on one thing. There's countries that have signed up with the global agenda, which it works for you, it favors you. But we here in South Africa, we're going to change that. And that's why you are pissed. You want South Africa to continue being open so that you can take your bum back to South Africa and survive, because you cannot live in Tanzania. That's just the truth. Now, we're not going to be pacified by you telling us that migration is a global issue. As I gave a good example that we never said apartheid is a global issue. We faced it the way it was. It was a local problem. Migration in South Africa, it's a local problem. Many countries don't have that. Botswana, it's our neighbor. The economy is doing well. They don't have a problem of migration. So migration is not a global issue. Of course, you want it to be a global issue. It's just not. Thanks, host.
Okay, should we just give maybe Lenny, if we can just give her a minute to respond, and then maybe more questions then people can then ask, please. Lenny, do you want to respond 1 minute before you take more questions? And if you're tired of taking questions, you can as well say so we can move on, all right?
No, I don't really have anything else to add. I feel like I've said what I said, and maybe I might just expand a little bit more when I said it's a global issue. Like, look around you. Like, we all know there's war in Congo, there's war in Sudan, there's war in Somalia, now it's going on in Ethiopia. All I was trying to highlight is all these people that have issues in their country, they're looking to find a new place to live. And they're going to go to places where they feel like it's accommodating for them. You understand? So it had nothing to do with saying that, oh, sorry, someone's tapping something.
Yeah, go ahead.
It had nothing to do with saying like, oh, like we're looking at, I don't know, he was speaking about Korea, he was speaking about Japan. I was specifically speaking about the African continent and the wars that are happening in the African continent that are causing people 100% to leave and become asylum seekers and refugees. That's just something that you cannot avoid. You cannot stop people from fleeing war zones. Even if you say, Kuti, you want to
coming to Tanzania? Are they coming to Tanzania? Are they taking the first flight to Tanzania?
Yes, they are.
Are they rocking up at your border?
Yes, they are. They do. Yes, Simbongile. Yes, they do. Believe it or not.
Unfortunately, we don't have a refugee camp. You came here and you went straight into society, right?
Because I was working. I went there to work, Sibongile. I don't understand why
you're causing commotion with your bloody NGO, right?
All right, guys. It looks like we wouldn't get anywhere. It looks like we wouldn't get anywhere with the back and forth.
Ancestors.
Yeah.
No, sorry, ancestors. There's something that we really need to deal with.
Go ahead, Ganda.
Because for me, I cannot allow, because I'm sure maybe like Lenny has said that she's done with her submissions and everything. So there is something here that we need to deal with. And I will be very uncomfortable if we find ourselves in a situation where we are leaving this live or leaving our interaction with her without her addressing this. Mina, I still say, Lenny, are you willing to withdraw the fact that you said South African submissions are cute? I have an issue with that. I'm sorry. It bothers me that grown adults. Wait. First things first. You must get my name right. It's Ganda. It's not Gandanga. No, it's not. It's Ganda. The first sign of respect you show to somebody is you greet and you get their name right. If you can't even get my name right, it makes me understand why you call my submissions cute.
She was here in South Africa and she couldn't get her accent right. But she bloody jumped to Ireland and got the accent right there.
Yeah, like for me, I'm sorry. I will not be in a position where someone cannot get my name right on our own platform. And number two, they then say that South African problems are cute. I'm sorry. Mina, I need her to withdraw that statement. It's offensive to me that grown men like Abo Maboso, grown men like Abo Sigma are making statements to fix their country, and then somebody from elsewhere comes and calls those statements cute. I'm sorry, I can never live in a world where that is okay. We have been undermined for many years as South Africans. People cannot be here saying that black people, when they are talking about issues in their own land, they are cute. And it's worse when it comes from another black African. So I'm sorry, she needs to apologize and she needs to withdraw her statement of calling our statements cute. We are grown men and women. You're a grown woman. I assume you probably have children. You probably have a family that you are responsible for, or you have a home that you are running. And somebody comes here and says your statements that are well thought are cute. I'm sorry, that for me is disrespectful. I will not have somebody come on our platform and call our issues cute. It is okay for her to say she disagrees. I don't care about you disagreeing. You can disagree all day. I disagree with a lot of what she said, but I never insulted the value of her comments. So I will not have someone come on our platform and call our things cute. We are grown adults. Some of us here have degrees that some people in this panel would wish they have, including her. Because she comes here and she says that she has a BA degree. Some of us have gone way further than that. So to have someone less educated than us telling us that our opinions are cute is an insult and a disgrace. So here's my thing. Lenny, Mina, I'm saying and I'm requesting to you that you please withdraw your statement of saying that South African plights on this platform are cute. Do you understand why that was offensive?
Sorry, can you repeat your name? Because I can't read the whole thing. It says Ganda.
It's
Ganda. It's a very simple name.
It's Ganda.
Hold on a second.
That's fine.
Hold on a second, Lenny. You know what? You're not gonna call his name thing. We could have just say Mr. G and be like, okay, I don't know.
What do you mean, Umzulu?
No. It's fine.
You can't say the whole thing. I think
No. It's fine. Screens are different. So from her screen, that's how she saw it. I'm happy with that. I'm not offended at that. What I'm offended is you heard South Africans giving statements about their country and you called it cute. I'm sorry, Siswam. I really find that offensive. So I'm saying, do you understand why we are offended? And are you happy for you
Guys, if she
to
wants to
retract
play
their
the-
statement.
My thing is,
She wants
this
to
is
play
what
the two
I
can
try
play
to,
the-
I
we
try
shouldn't be
to,
offended,
let me
guys.
finish my bosso. Let me finish,
Man,
okay?
No, but Lenny,
My bosso, he's the one who invited
guys,
me. Let me finish.
Lenny, listen, Lenny, listen. What Kandakanda is saying.
Doing a fantastic
We
job.
are giving,
guys,
we are giving her what she wants, guys. Are we really
whoa,
offended by this thing when she says it's cute? It's nothing, guys. We can't be offended
Yes,
by
no,
these
I
people.
am. No,
It's
I
like,
am.
come on now.
Maboso mfowethu. If kukuthi wena yiko fendi, that is fine, that is you.
But Gandaganda, we
Right?
can just
But you-
we can say a lot of things about them. Like, if she's not gonna say
Gentlemen, I think. So let me say
I have
this.
said what I have said.
Yeah.
I've
Guys,
said what
let
I
me
have
say
said.
But if she's not gonna apologize, then what? Why we care about her
Let me
opinion,
say
guys?
this, guys. We cannot allow an outsider to do this. So I actually agree with Kandakanda. Bear in
That's
mind.
not my point, Sigma.
No.
That's my point.
Guys, can you give me a second? Can you please give me a second, Kandakanda, Sigma? Kandakanda, Sigma, Maboso. Can you give me a minute? Can you please
Okay,
give me a
let's allow our
minute?
sister. Let's allow Uzulu to.
Brothers, can you please give me a, brothers of peace, can you please give me a minute?
Please, guys,
go for it, Uzulu.
Lenny, I just want to ask you, my sister, and this comes from a very good place. Is there anything that you'd like to take back? Maybe your delivery? That sounded a bit flippant.
Would come like that when Ganda had already made himself clear and I was about to respond before you cut me off. So I'm going to go ahead and respond to him right now because he was the one who invited me to this panel, because I did say in the comments that I'm not South African and I do have different views before I actually joined the live. Okay? So what I am going to say is, first of all,
invited you, you addressed all of
let me
this.
finish.
Listen, you were not here to address only him. You addressed all of
make
this.
it weird.
You addressed all of it.
Anyway,
We gave you an opportunity to
when
listen
I
to you. Now I
Can
need
we
to
please
find
just
out
let
if
her
there's
finish?
anything you'd like to take back. And if you still want to be
already
bitchy,
spoken to me
if you
in
still
Zoom,
want
I
to be
don't know
bitchy,
why
that's
you're being
okay.
weird.
If
I
you
don't know
still
why
want to
you're
be
being
bitchy, go on. I wanted.
Why are you being okay, Ganda? Like, do you want to say something to that?
If there was
Because I was going to
anything that
reply
you'd like
to
to
you.
take back,
Now this
but you wanna be bitchy.
But come on, guys. Look. What I was can I just make this point? What I was saying is that Ganda, you cannot. You always want to silence me when I'm speaking, bro. I just opened my mouth before you. Can I just speak, man? No, you cannot always want to have a voice, man. I've listened to you many times. Can I just make a point without you interrupting me, man? For heaven's sake, you're not the only one with a voice here. Come on, man. All I'm saying here is that these people, when she said that she did it deliberately, she wanted to offend. Why are we falling for it? We shouldn't, because that's what she wanted. She wanted to reel you up. Don't we know how bullies work? Guys, come on. We shouldn't show that she's achieved what she wanted because we are reacting. We can also fight back with our words. We go with them. We don't need her to be apologizing for any shit. She comes from Tanzania. Who's gonna get offended by a Tanzanian with a shitty economy? Guys, come on now. Now we are giving her exactly what she wanted. We are busy being worried about her saying it's cute. Who gives a damn about what a Tanzanian with an opinion on TikTok think about South Africa? That's exactly what she wanted to achieve, and we are giving her that. That's how
You are both correct. Guys, can I just say this quickly?
She's actually passing it out in the poverty category with Malawi and Nigeria.
And all these countries. Guys, can I just say this? Can I just say this quickly? So you guys are both correct. Can you just can I just say this quickly? You guys are both correct, and I'm going to still man both your positions. So on the one hand, Maposo is saying this is not worthy. This is a person who is from a country that is obviously in shambles and less developed than South Africa, and therefore her opinion should not necessarily offend us, and he's absolutely correct. However, on the other hand, Maposo is saying, for the sake of argument, this is not okay, especially when it's happening on the backdrop of South African children losing their lives due to immigrants, South Africans being unalived and hurt by immigrants that are that are robbing them and like abusing their so you guys are both correct, but ultimately we are not being necessarily offended by this to the level where would make it a big issue. But I think what Ganda Ganda is saying, she should withdraw, especially because she's representing Tanzania. And my sister, you need to understand where South Africans are coming from. Our plight is absolutely genuine, and you cannot minimize it by calling it cute. There's nothing cute about this. South Africans, we have an immigration crisis in this country. We have people coming from all over the world, hurting our people, robbing them, unaliving them, and all of these things. So there's nothing cute about that. So you guys are both correct. We should not. Yeah.
Why nifuna understand this kwera? The first and foremost, Ushiya in Tanzania, because it was not working in Tanzania, and that's why she's got this accent. As in, anyway, we've dealt Nale Kwera is enough. Can you just drop this, ladies?
I think, guys, it's only fair that we allow her to. I think it's only fair.
You really think all these Lama Kwera who unalive South Africans on a daily, you really think they'll come back and say sorry? Lama Kwera who are unaliving children in the communities, you think they're sorry? You think this Japa from Tanzania cares about your concerns, really? And you wanted to say sorry for what? She will take up any opportunity to come back to South Africa and drop in land, man. And see,
I agree with this. She came for me when I was being kind to her to say maybe you'd leave to go, or maybe there's something you'd like to take back. But
can I say something? Guys, please, let's just
bye, Lenny. Bye, Lenny.
So we can move on.
Domestic issues to work on. Bye, Mama.
Yeah, the whole thing is now beginning to reduce the intellect of the conversations we're having. If we can just move on.
Yeah,
and then,
no, it's fine.
Yes.
Yeah, we need to move from her. Seriously, we definitely need to. Yeah.
Please, guys, so we can get back on topic.
Yeah, we definitely need to move from her. Just in closing, we have to explain that actually their maternal mortality rate is like the number of women that die in pregnancy. It is very high in Tanzania. It is actually double the number in South Africa. So I wish that Lenny could take her energy in advocating for women to have a safe birth. You know, because no woman deserves to die in labor. It's just as bad as it is in Zimbabwe, to be honest. And also their life expectancy is a bit low, as evidenced by their Human Developmental Index. Actually, they number 163 out of 192 countries. That is that how, you know, Maposo was really not lying. So I think as somebody who's worked for NGOs doing advocacy work, I mean, her skills were definitely not required in this country. There is so much she could be doing in her country. And I'd like to refer by they used illiterate women to actually go from the clinic and to follow pregnant mothers and to actually remind them when they should go to the clinic and accompany them as well, you know. So I think her energy, her country needs her more than she thinks we need her. And she was absolutely condescending at best. Everything that she said wasn't based on facts. And I'd like to play this for you guys. Just 1 second. I love her energy though, from the NGO sector and wanting to uplift South Africans. I mean, that was very cute of her. But I was so human trafficking.
Our women, and they have disrespected our laws, and they cannot come on our live and disrespect us as well.
And
I would rather die than let that happen. You know what I mean? So I will not let them come here and then say that our plight of our country is cute. They can go F themselves. You cannot come on my live and tell me that I'm cute when I'm expressing problems that are affecting me, right? We have not been able to fight for a lot of things, but where we are, we need to stand our ground. I know what you are saying, Maposo, and I agree with you. It's not significant in the grand scheme of things. But where I have to stand for my country, I will, even if it seems small and insignificant. So if someone wants to come here...
That was not my point. Can I just tell you what I was talking about? I wasn't saying it's insignificant. What you did, it's important that we earn our respect. What I was saying is that there's only little control we have, especially when someone has already been given an opinion to speak. What I'm saying is that she's throwing those words deliberately. That's how bullies work. The last thing you want to give a bully is your reaction. My point is, you hold power. Don't always react to what they say, because now she even goes on the comment section saying cute, because she feels like she won because you reacted. That was a trap. All I was saying is, don't react to the weapons that a bully throws to you, because you show that it's giving them exactly what they want. My point was that why will we get offended by a Tanzanian? You get my point. Certain things we should just brush them off and ignore them, because the moment you react, you are giving them exactly what they wanted. She wanted to see that reaction. She has won through them. We have to absorb how we feel sometimes and not show it, because once you react, she feels like she has won, because they like these petty things. Trust me, she's gonna sleep well because she feels like she has won. For her, coming from Tanzania, it's worse already. It's bad. These people are degenerates. They are going through a lot. Her on TikTok rattling a South African, it's a win. For them, it's a win. They have got nothing to offer. Life has got nothing to offer them. For them, feeling like they've hurt a South African, it's a win. All I'm saying is that don't react. Don't show them that. That was my point. You get what I'm saying? I was just saying, don't react.
I know Nyaguza problem, Nyaguza. I just wanted to make sure, Guti, you and I are on the same page. No Nyaguza problem. I agree with you 100%. We can continue now, because I wanted to close the topic off. Nyabong.
Yeah, that's the thing. My boss was correct.
I think let's move on, because remember also, shame. One of the issues that the main issue that we have as society now is we have removed shame. So 50 years ago, there were certain utterances you could not make in public because you'll be shamed and called out for it. And nowadays we've removed shame from our society, and this is partly why we see this moral bankruptcy that we're seeing.
Absolutely, Sigma. I think it's about time we brought shame back, guys. Seriously.
Correct.
I mean, we have girls walking around naked just because of women empowerment.
And it's because we've removed shame from society, but not only on the front of women, dressing provocatively, but just even with certain utterances where there were certain things you could not say publicly because immediately you will pay a price, and that price will be paid in shame. So the reason that she could belittle and denigrate South Africa's plight and call it cute is because there's no shame. So I partly agree with Maboso that we should, with Ganda Ganda, that we should call them out on it and shame them so that they do not say such a thing again in another platform.
And Sigma, I want to raise this. I was never a person for participation awards, Remember when we were growing up that, you'd work your ass off trying to prepare a presentation, but just because the teacher wanted to be impartial, they're going to give trophies to everyone. I don't believe in that nonsense. Everybody has to work hard for the country they have. Because this is where the entitlement is coming from.
And this is why children are so weak these days, because everybody gets something just because they participated, even if they did not come first place. We live in a culture that does not reward excellence. And at the same time, I understand where Maboso is coming from. We cannot allow ourselves to be emotionally manipulated by these people, where they come up here and say certain things and then they emotionally trigger us to react. There are certain things that are not
Sigma. She deserved all the beatings she got, man. You know what? Maboso was not kind to her. Kanda was not kind to her. They were all based on facts. And we have to remember. And we have to remember one thing. This woman, she lied. She blatantly lied. First of all, she could not tell us what she was doing. And then she said she had a bachelor's degree. I know for a fact that people that work for NGOs in this country, they would have to have a PhD from America, or at least a master's, and be a candidate, PhD at Johns Hopkins or something like that, So you can't just come here with a bachelor's that you can't even name, which it was never on our critical skills list, and tell us that you're here to help South Africans.
But even you and Sbongile absolutely destroyed her. You know, Ukanda Ganda she ended up saying I can't answer that question.
Can we just let her topic go so that we can just move on, guys? Please. We definitely
No. We just pontificating.
But we need to conscientize the panel. That you know what. You know how it's like, Ancestor. You and Utisham Kulu and the host, you are fact checkers, and this girl needed to be read for filth. You know, she really needed to be read. And right now, I mean, the panel did a fantastic job. I mean, yeah, the boys tried to resuscitate her. Hey, but we'll took her to ICU. Thank you. Let us move on.
I think she had a personal
guys are
beef.
still talking about her. She's long gone.
Yeah. I know. Let's just run it. I think she had a personal beef with Simbogile with the way she was sounding and attacking her. I think maybe they had a personal beef. But just let's let her issue go. Derry, can you just submit so we can get back on the topic and then see again and then move it on from there? We'll still, Mamboso haven't even spoken on the topic as well. Derek, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm Nigerian. The problem we have in Nigeria is we have.
Do you want to speak on the
my
topic?
voice already? I get you. Yeah, the problem we have in Nigeria is out of 36 states, we have just 2 developed states. Like 2 very, very developed states, and the resources in those states are saturated. So that's why other Nigerians are running out of the country, because there's no job, no employment. So they are running to better countries like South Africa. So now what I want you guys to do, I want you guys to drive those people back. Drive all of them back. All those illegal immigrants, drive all of them back to this country so that we can go and protest together. Because we need more people when we're doing our protests in this country. Can you guys hear me?
We can hear you.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear
Can you please repeat for the people that are seated at the back? Can you please repeat?
I want you guys to.
They said you should increase your volume.
I didn't get what you said. Okay. Yeah. So I want you guys, because so we're going to do our protest, and these people that are supposed to be protesting for this for the change revolution that is going to happen soon, they are running away, going for other countries like South Africa. Some of them will travel to Europe, some of them will even travel across the sea just for greener pastures. I want you to drive, because if they are locked in this country, then we have no other choice but for all of us to come together and force the government to give us what we want. So that's what I want you guys to help us do. Now, what I want you guys to be careful is I understand that the immigrants from here, the illegal immigrants are causing some serious issues for you guys, I understand, and you guys have every right to start up this platform. But be careful that this movement you are starting doesn't turn into a hate movement. Because at the end of the day, we are all Africans. If any of us travel to Europe, they're going to treat us like Africans. So I want you guys to be very careful. And another thing is that I was having a conversation with Astrid in the comment section. We're talking about what we uniting, why Africa uniting will be beneficial. Can you guys still hear me? Why uniting Africa will be beneficial to Africans? Let's look at the idea of one currency now. If every African country has one currency, it will benefit us massively economically, because there will be a lot of backing for that currency. So those are prospects. Like, there's a reason why the EU exists. There's a reason why certain unions exist. Why the white man forms certain unions.
Which currency will we be using? The Nigerian currency?
No, we can create a new currency entirely. We can create a new currency entirely.
Do you even know what goes into choosing the currency?
Can you please
Can I just speak on this African guys?
Please,
Guys, can we just see if he has finished, and then we'll start to ask questions?
I'm very interested in hearing where is this going.
Yeah, let's let him finish, and then we can then ask him questions, please, guys. There we go.
Yeah. So yeah, what I want, like, if, like, let's say every African country gets on the right track and they hold their leaders accountable and we start moving forward, it's not really a bad idea for all of us to sit at a round table and discuss certain things, maybe how to, our resources and many things, how to benefit, how to, like, I don't know, how to make each other more powerful, how to become like a global superpower. Like, I don't know if you understand what I'm trying to say. So, like, that's it. That's my entire submission. I just want, like, unity
Can I
and not
just can I
divide.
just quickly make a submission on this African unity, guys? Because Derek is not really addressing the African unity thing in terms of why is it important and who's gonna benefit first. You know, this whole thing
It
can
doesn't
be
matter.
explained.
At the end of the day, we're all benefiting.
It's fine, Derek. Can I just? I think you said you were done. Let me just you can come back. Let me just.
Go ahead.
Yeah, Maboso, go ahead.
All right. This thing of African unity, the first country that will benefit is going to be South Africa. But we're not talking about open border. If it's a unity of inter-African economy, building infrastructure, and all that, South Africa is the first to benefit as much as African economies of concern. It's already an industrial beast on the continent, so South Africa can set up the systems current. So if we go for African unity, where African leaders and African countries now speak in one voice, they design new systems, South Africa will be the leader in that, and obviously South Africa will design the systems that will favor South Africa first. But in the later stage, the countries that is going to benefit and continue to benefit for centuries to come, it's going to be Congo, Democratic Republic of Congo. And that's not far-fetched, because you only need to understand the geography of Africa. South Africa benefited historically because when South Africa was starting, the modern South Africa, it was based on the Cape of Good Hope for global trade. That was before the Suez Canal can be opened. So Cape Town was the busiest hub for trading logistics from Asia, South America to North America to the West. Now, the dynamics shifted when they opened up the Suez Canal. Now, the Cape of Good Hope started to compete with the Suez Canal. Hence, you see Israel and Egypt becoming very important, and they continue to be important. But then, let's stick to Africa. DRC will later on become the most dominating and the beneficiary of African economy, because geographically and resource-wise, it favors DRC, especially if they build infrastructure between Somalia, Kenya, Ethiopia, Tanzania, DRC, all the way to Gabon. If they can build a railway infrastructure that connects the east to the west, is done. You know, they will increase logistic wise. It will boost the economy of Africa like nobody's business, because now you can easily take what you take from China and India. And by the way, China and India are becoming the global giants in terms of manufacture as well. So that only makes sense. So if you build a road between that can go to India and China, and at the same time go to the Atlantic Ocean, which is South America and North America, it's a game change. So, but at the moment now, if we go for African unity, where we centralize the systems on the continent, we focus more on the continental economy, we build infrastructure. South Africa is the one that is going to lead. It's going to initiate most infrastructure. It's going to initiate most systems. Perhaps maybe for the coming 50 years, South Africa will dominate the economy and continues, but until DRC takes over. And when DRC takes over, that center part of Africa will start to spiral. I mean, the economy will also affect the neighbors. So you will see countries like Tanzania, Angola, Zambia, Cameroon, Nigeria, Ethiopia, and so forth, starting to expand as well and benefit a lot. That's how the continent is. But at the moment now, if we go on African unity in terms of the systems, the African economy, South Africa is going to be the one to benefit first, and then Egypt is supposed to be the one that benefits with South Africa. But I feel like Egypt is drifted further away to the Middle East, and it's not yet really industrial like South Africa, although Egypt is growing faster than South Africa, I must say. Then it will be followed by Nigeria, Morocco, and Kenya to benefit mostly on African unity of economy, not African unity of migration. African unity of migration, total chaos.